Hey Friday everybody, Coach Tabor here at Afterburn Performance. Today we're going to talk about the single leg deadlift or SLDL. So there's a couple ways you can do it, whether you want to be loading or unloading or you're just trying to learn it for the first time. So we're going to show you a couple different variations so that way you can try this movement out and load it accordingly. So the same cues basically apply for the single leg version of the deadlift versus the two-legged that we've been talking about the last couple weeks in the videos. The only thing that changes now is you have to really watch whether your hips are going to kind of pop open or turn to the side as you go to bow forward or not, so that way we're not getting off all crooked, and we want to keep that hip nice and straight so we feel it all the way through our hamstrings and glutes. So I'm going to get that set up and I'll show you the different options. So if you're just starting to do a single leg deadlift for the first time, either using something like a TRX or just doing body weight is a great way to start. So using the TRX, you'd be here having your hands on the strap, using just your fingertips. Slide that in here. On that one leg, and we're trying to push our hips back and the back leg nice and straight as we come up and down, just like so. Chest stays up. We're not going to arch the back, and we're not going to turn the hip open like so. Once you've got that pretty down pat, then feel free to do a body weight version. Right, kicking that leg straight, squeezing the glute, and if you're trying to make sure that your knee isn't shaking all over the place, we're trying to push our big toe on the floor, push the knee out so it stays in line with the center of my shoe as I push my hips back. So you should feel kind of like on the outside of the hip here in the glute med. We talked about in previous videos like using clams and things like that to work that movement or work that muscle, excuse me, and then you're going to try to push those hips back as we do so, feeling that pull and tension in the hamstrings. Other way you can do it as well with a kettlebell, 1 or 2, or a barbell. So I'll show you those. So option 1, using a kettlebell, would be grabbing a hold, whatever hand is holding the weight, that leg is going to kick back. So my right hand holds the kettlebell, my right leg kicks back like so, keeping the hips flat. And this will be a little more challenging the balance because it's going to want to try to drop you down this way. So you got to pack that shoulder back as I do that, so I'm not going to lose that stiffness that we had talked about before. Same thing, you can do extra low by doing 2. Or you can switch to a barbell variation like so. Again, you'll be able to get more load on the barbell versus the kettlebells, but work your way up to this one as your kind of end variation or your more advanced variation. Up and down, like so. And eventually putting some weight on as well. That was single leg deadlifts, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that video. A great exercise you can do to work on the single legged movement, promoting on hip stability as well. You can use less weight or less load and still get really good stimulus from that because you only have to do one leg. So you're going to be able to take advantage of the bilateral deficit, basically using less load overall to get the same overall stimulus and improvements in that while getting benefit of extra hip stability capacity in that as well. So great for athletic movements as well, for baseball players, hockey players, anything you're going to have to go on one leg, because most of the time in sport we're going to be landing on one leg more so than the other, or landing on one leg. We're not a whole lot of time spent on 2 legs, so you need to make sure you're doing that work in it as well, so that you make sure that everything stays stable and you're going to resist injury as best you can. This has been Form Friday, SLDLs. Have a great week, everybody. Hi everyone, Coach Tabor here. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to stay up to date with what's going on at Afterburn Performance, please take some time, go like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram. If you want to see more weekly content from myself here, Coach Tabor, then subscribe to our YouTube page and I'll be putting out videos weekly. Thank you so much for watching and have a great week.